Welcome to the Ethan and Adam Show, not the Adam and Slade Show, or the Adam and Not Slade Show. Today we're going to be doing a review of the game that came out recently, Evolve. Now Evolve is a 4v1 game made by the same people who made Left 4 Dead 2. So, it's going to be based on just co-op, and it's going to be based on 4 versus something. So this particular game is 4 players versus 1 player-controlled monster. I have it. Obviously, I'm doing the review. Overall, it's a pretty good game, but I do see some flaws in it. So, today starting with the gameplay. It runs pretty smooth. There is some lag when there's too much traffic on the servers, but that's always to be expected. Its launch was pretty successful compared to other launches like EA. It was pretty successful to launch, and there's not much I can complain from the gameplay in terms of frame rates and lag. The actual gameplay is one flaw I saw in the game. It's not as 4 based. It's more all of them go. It's not the tracker goes and he tracks them down while the others stake out. It's you all go in a group, and it kind of defeats the purpose of some of the items. Another flaw I see would be the imbalance. Now, the monster and hunters are pretty balanced, but the monster is pretty easy to track. And if you can catch the monster in its first stage, it's pretty much game over. So now we're going to go over the different classes. So on the monster side, there is obviously the monster, and there are 3 different types of it. There's the Goliath, which is the basic you start with. The Kraken, which is pretty bad, as I played as it. It's pretty bad. And the Wraith, which is pretty good, but it's kind of weak in terms of health. So they'll have their strengths and weaknesses, as to be expected from different classes. Next, there's the medic. She, or whatever, whoever you're playing as, obviously heals the team and their different abilities. Now, for the class system, you start as a default class for that class. I just contradicted myself. And as you progress, you can move up to the next character in that class. So the different characters in the different classes have different unlocks and different weapons. So it kind of switches up the gameplay once you unlock those. So that part of the game I really liked, because in Left 4 Dead, it's not very versatile. You have different guns, obviously, but there's no classes. So I do like the class system. Now going into the graphics, I don't care much about graphics, but if you're one of those people that really wants a game that's really good with graphics, then this game is pretty good. It's very consistent, minus once or twice I've seen 2D textures that are so obvious. But besides that, it's pretty consistent with the graphics. It's pretty good. It's a next-gen game on a next-gen system, so it's going to have good graphics. So that's all I can say about that. One thing I was disappointed in with the game is the story. I feel like it could have been a broad storyline, but they chose, as Titanfall did, to not focus on that, to focus on the gameplay only, and not the story aspect of it. So instead of learning about the backstory behind these characters, and how they all came together to hunt this giant monster, and how it evolved into the world, you just go and do it. And there's some insights into the characters, but besides that, there's nothing. So for that part of it, I was pretty disappointed. Finally, my overview of the game. Should you get it, yes or no? And the answer is, it depends on the type of person you are. If you like doing 4v1 or co-op like that, and if you have a team or friends, I very recommend that you play with friends, not by yourself, because you can communicate a lot better and it'll make it a lot more fun. But if you're the type of person who likes constant action, like first-person shooters, and you don't like co-ops, and you don't have much friends. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have any. If you don't really feel like playing with friends, then I'd say it's probably not the game for you. Hello? Should you get the game or not? The answer is it depends on the type of person you are. If you love Left 4 Dead 2, and you love those type of games, and you love Take-Two, then probably get the game. It's pretty good. There's some minor flaws. It might get boring after a little while. But if you like that kind of game, then you should definitely get it. If not, if you like adventure games or first-person shooters, I would say think about the type of games you like and think about the type of game Evolve is. So for my final overview, I'm going to give it a rating out of 10. This game, even though it's pretty good, it does have some flaws that will make it less fun for a lot of people. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.